I hope I see a scene where Tommy beats the living daylights out of those guys.
Follow me to the sunshine streets, open your ears and brains. A recipe of fresh and bloody trees, right here's where you jump the trains. The clock stops here, so grab a beer, throw your sensibilities away. We ain't walking, we're talking to the north, east, west, and south. This broadcast is fast like the dead we will last. We're running on rotten mouths. We're talking to the north, east, west, and south. This rotten cast is fast like the dead we will last. We're running on rotten mouths. Come on, we're running on rotten mouths. We're running on rotten mouths.
Welcome to This Rotten Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 2.
Oof.
And this might be the last episode many people watch of this show.
For what reason?
Well, before you get going on this, if you haven't watched it, there's definitely some spoilers on this. I suggest you do not listen if you have not watched it yet, because we're going to go right into some spoilers here.
Yeah.
So anyways, this episode, it's probably my favorite episode of the entire show. What do you think?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
A lot of action, a lot of drama, a lot of tears.
Got some tears. Anyways, so I'm going to let you sort of talk about the show because you saw it for the first time. I've known all this stuff from playing the video games. I was just curious if they were going to pull this off, but I'll let you talk about the experience because it's all first time for you.
Sure is. Yeah. So should I just go through it? Just kind of what happens?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's do it. Give us the rundown.
Oh man. Joel and Dina, they're doing their rounds out in the snow on the horseback there, and she's freaked out. She starts.
Joel's
running.
like, I gotta make it back.
Joel
She's like, he'll never
and
make
Dina,
it.
This giant group, they come
Don't know
together
who this is.
down the mountain, and then the ones from the clearing,
her
and
up
they
on
all
their
just like come
horse,
together.
saves
Slides down, compromises herself,
after she
has
has
to
to crawl
escape
through
a
a bunch
whole
of
bunch
bullshit.
of hiding.
Yeah.
You think
what
she's
do you call
done,
these things?
actually?
Oh,
Shroom
yeah,
head.
the-
I was
the
like,
shroom
wait a minute,
tension
are they going to
is
kill her off?
fantastic.
Oh, I
I mean,
realize
they're-
what's going on. Doesn't really say it, but you
For
can see it on his
sheer
face.
numbers
Shoots him in the
of
kneecap. Just
dead
boom.
and how you
Knocks him
how
down.
she has to escape.
Dragging him back to town in a makeshift body bag.
Yeah. It's a rough ending. It's a rough
really
one.
Super rough, dude. It sucks. But awesome.
Yeah.
Super awesome.
Well, are you going to continue with the series? That's the question.
Absolutely.
All right.
I absolutely am. It's too good of a series. And yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I knew it was coming. I was like, if anything, I felt like it was a little less rough than in the video game. Because in the video game, you're just like, it just comes out of nowhere.
Wow.
Right? They don't really give you a lead up. You're not seeing any scenes of Abby before, so you don't know that someone's out there trying to get him. I feel like they kind of did that because they were like, yo, if this just comes out of the blue, people are just they're gonna like Walking Dead season whatever 6 this show, where people just didn't come back. They were like, oh, you can't do that to Glenn. That was really messed up.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people just didn't come back. There's so many people that haven't made it past that Glenn episode where they're like, ugh, you just killed someone I like loved, I cared about.
And the way they killed him.
Yeah,
It was a
it
big
was
part
just
of
brutal.
it. Like,
And there were some echoes of that in this scene, which I thought was fascinating for me writing This Rotten World. Like, I'm like, yeah, this is my stuff. This is the type of stuff that I write.
absolutely.
Right? I'm just like, I'm not going to play around. I don't have, hero armor on my guys. They're like, anyone can die.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's in brutal ways. So it doesn't bother me at all, but I know it bothers some people. I've had people quit This Rotten World after the first book and they're like, oh, you just killed everyone that I liked. I was like, oh, that's kind of the point. It's a zombie apocalypse. Not everyone you like is going to live.
It's not
That's
called
not
This
how good-
Awesome World.
Yeah, this awesome world. Dude, we fight zombies and it's so great. We're just like friends. None of us can get killed.
Yeah. Yeah, come on.
These people get real. It's a zombie apocalypse. There's a bunch of shroom heads out there. What's going to happen? It's the bad things.
Yeah.
So, well, let's get it. So what's your take on Abby at this point?
Well, because you get used to how Hollywood, you suspend disbelief in a certain way that you like hate the character that's going to take out the character you like, but then I also admire kind of the tough, vengeful ones that are successful. So it's like, I guess I kind of like Abby now. I don't. It's very strange. They're playing with my emotions, man.
You're a sick dude.
Yeah,
I like that girl. She kills people for revenge. And
Is that what I said?
someone
I guess
liked?
that's what I said, isn't it?
Basically, that's,
Shit.
I like to boil it down for you.
Well, I said
sometimes you say stuff and I gotta like translate it to your own ears.
Yeah.
And then you're like, whoa.
Hey, man. I mean, yeah, that's true. It's it's tough. It's a love-hate kind of thing. She's so good at like, that actor really pulled off this. Because I think your first reaction to characters that are so stubborn, I mean, stubborn's not even a strong enough word for like that kind of atmosphere.
Yeah, just like obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably more obsession.
Yeah.
Where you're like, yeah, I'm going to walk into someplace I don't even know to find this guy and kill him. Yeah. And I've brought my buddies along, my millennial crew, and they're going to help me out. Like, you got to have some serious passion to get people to be like, yeah, we'll go kill that guy with you out in the middle of nowhere through thousands of miles of shroom heads.
Yeah, and they were reluctant, and they're still doing it. So it's, she's got a lot of charisma in that way, I think, with that group. A lot of pull, a lot of strength. And, so that's the part of that character that's really cool, is there's a lot of, like, will there. And it's easy to admire that.
Yeah, there's definitely an echo there between Abby and Ellie of, like, they're kind of the same person as far as that drive goes and that stubbornness. And I think we're probably going to see some of that from Ellie here. Like, Ellie's not going to be like, oh no, Joel's dead, and sit around weeping.
Hell no.
No, she's not going to do that. So we're going to kind of get a showdown between these two.
Clash of the Titans.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see where it goes. Rest in peace, Joel.
Rest in peace.
He's done. I'm sure he'll come back at some flashback scenes. He can't just be done after like episode 2 and you just never see him again.
That's what I was thinking. They've got to have him doing some stuff.
There's just no way. People will be like, Pedro Pascal's not on here. Bye.
I bet you there are some people that's all it's about. It's not even the character. They're just like, oh, he's not in this.
Yeah.
Screw this now.
Oh, definitely. I'll be fascinated to see the numbers for the next episode and how much they've dropped, because they're just definitely going to drop. That's some people are there just for Pedro Pascal. Some people love the character of Joel and didn't want to see him get killed. And just like with Glenn, there's going to be a drop off.
Yep.
And it's hard. And I admire HBO for, sticking to their guns on that storyline. Because the whole time I was like, are they going to kill him? He's such a draw.
Yeah.
And, if you're true to the art and true to the story, you will do it. And they did it. And I respect that a lot, even though it's hard for, our soft, like horror adjacent fans who just aren't used to like main characters dying. It's hard for them to stomach it. And some of them won't come back because of that.
Yeah.
I'll be there. I'll
be there for sure.
Yeah.
How could you not want to see what happens next?
Yeah.
Shit.
It's going to be some good stuff. Which brings us to probably the most epic zombie defense chunk I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Right? It's just cool. Like, so we didn't even talk about it because the main storyline is, Joel's getting bashed.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, back at Jackson, they dug into the stupid pipes and found the fungus, and that alerted the shroom heads to come along and be like, oh yeah, there's people up in here. Let's go shroom on them. And so that brings about this whole defense of the town, where everyone's involved. People are either in basements or on roofs, right? Like, so kids are in basements, which I wouldn't want to be in a basement. That's where fungus is in the first place.
Yeah. Claustrophobic. No thanks.
And it's just like the most epic action scenes of all time. People are, getting taken out. They're taking out tons of these shroom heads with fire and bullets. And it doesn't go particularly well.
No.
There's like, must be like 1,000 of them, right?
I was
maybe even more.
there could be more than 1,000 because that first wave was like, I would say it looked like just 40 lines that spanned the first long front wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start to see they're making a little bit of progress with some of the exploding barrels and some of the fire because they just keep running and burning, running and burning, running and burning. But then this other wave comes and they're using their backs and jumping up on the deals and then some of them split off and start going to the
Looking for the weak spot.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then of course Mr. Juggernaut.
Yeah. Then they got the giant zombie who can just break through a wall,
Yeah.
which I'm not a huge fan of that, but if it's going to lead to chaos in the walls, all right, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
But normally I'm a zombie purist. I'm not going to have, like mutations and giant weird stuff, but it makes sense for this. It's like when I go and play, I used to play Left 4 Dead a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And they had their things like, oh, there's a tank. I'm like, why? Why is this one just giant and unstoppable and takes 200 bullets? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But they had to get in there somehow, and sheer numbers wasn't going to do it because they had their defense lined up. If that type of zombie didn't exist,
Yeah.
they would have held up. So they needed it for the plot. I found it a little bit lazy, but it led to really cool stuff.
It did.
Yeah.
It led to a showdown with Tommy and
Sammy.
and the bloater. And what's cool about that sequence too is as the Juggernaut's like going through the town, it's like showing different aspects of the defense setup, and some of it's getting breached and some of it's not, and just such coordination. So many bullets are fired. They even have one cool sequence where you're just seeing all the shells just dropping on the ground, and Tommy sees that the giant one is going towards his wife up on her platform there, and so he sees that, and he basically runs over and deliberately gets the attention of the Juggernaut
With just a handgun.
with a handgun, just starts shooting it like, hey, and then Juggernauts are angry. And he's like, who the fuck is this guy, basically? So he turns towards Tommy and focuses on him. And he still has the flamethrower on his back at this time, right?
I think so. Because the Juggernaut basically chases him at that point. So
Yeah.
maybe he was just safe. He didn't. Flamethrowers don't have a ton of range to them.
No.
So,
Especially in a windy, stormy time like that.
And he's got a ton of other just normal shroom heads like racing by him.
Yeah.
Which I was like, they don't want to attack this guy. They're just going to run by him. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they wind up cornered in a little alley in between some buildings, and he can't climb. Apparently, he don't got the ability to climb.
Yeah, Tommy?
Yeah, he's like a video game character. He's like, I can't jump.
He totally is.
I can't climb. Look at this wall that I could maybe jump to, but I got this flamethrower.
Or those boxes that
you could stack. Maybe you could even walk up those.
Yeah, they literally looked like the game Uncharted, or like they were made to climb up and get a vantage point or something.
Yeah. I mean,
he
that's
just
just nitpicking. I mean, it's cool background stuff, but
It was.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I guess I got to fight this guy.
with just my flamethrower all by myself
Yeah.
in this corner that I cannot escape.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, you're from this town. Didn't you know about this little corner you can't get out of? Like, it's not that huge a town. I don't know. But, and again, that's nitpicking stuff. It's a fantastic sequence. I think the last time I gave the episode a 7 because there just wasn't enough shroom heads. That's not a problem this time around.
Hell no, it ain't.
This is definitely by far my favorite of the sequence. And then Tommy's rocking that flamethrower on the giant bloater, which is it's a dumb name for it, but it should have been called the big guy.
The big guy.
What do I know? I'm like, it's better than bloater. He didn't even seem bloated. He just seemed big.
How about
bloater is like, oh man, I'm so gassy, bro.
Yeah, like a bloater, you think like,
Yeah.
and he makes that noise too. A bloater would be
He just sounds gurgly.
Gurgly. He's
Yeah,
like a
he's a- he's a
dude. Call him
gurgly.
the gurgler, dude.
The gurgler.
That's
Oh,
kind of
no, it's a gurgler.
he'll burgle you, and he'll
Burgle and
gurgle you.
gurgle. Oh man, you don't want that.
Hell no.
So he takes out the
He preheats
the
the oven to
bloater
3,000.
with his flamethrower
Yeah,
after his coward buddies run away. Didn't that just drive you nuts?
I hated it.
I was like, dude, where are you gonna run? If you don't stop this thing, you're dead anyways.
Yeah,
Just stand there and cook that bloater.
I hated it. I hated those guys, actually.
I hope I see a scene where Tommy beats the living daylights out of those guys.
Yeah,
He's
I
like,
do too.
you cowards. You don't deserve to live here if you're gonna run
Maybe he will.
when it hits the fan.
That'd be cool if they did a scene like that. Because you could see, though, I don't know if the actor took or if he was directed to do this, but to me, it seemed like he like understood it. Like it's like he goes, I get it. It's like he had this look on his face where he's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah,
Isn't that
I would,
weird?
I would
Like-
be angry, dude. I'd be so
Right?
mad. I'd be like, you're all getting flamethrowed.
Yeah. Scorch him.
Yeah.
God. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
I was
hate
like, you're
those
just gonna
guys.
leave Tommy sitting there facing this thing by himself?
If they had
Yeah.
4, it'd be like the Ghostbusters, man. If they had 4 packs burning this guy, take
Yeah.
him out pretty quick.
Sure. He's done in like 30 seconds. You don't have to have any drama at all. You just be like, yeah.
Yeah. And the amount of the shrooms in the street that they could have just taken out with a line of 4 flamethrowers.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, that was because it was like a wall, right? They're making a wall. They're like, this is one of our stands.
Yeah.
And then they broke like cowards.
Mhm.
They got to be punished. I bet they don't, though. I bet they just let those guys.
We may
Do their
never see
thing.
them again, even in the show, ever.
Right. Because it's not even going to, because the show's not even about Tommy in that town. Like that just happens to be the current setting. But we'll see. Anyways, it's a fantastic action sequence. I can't think of a better one, to be honest. I mean, there was some cool stuff in The Walking Dead. World War Z's was too CGI, rubbery, and those things weren't scary at all.
Yeah, it was on like a super, super duper large scale too. Like the one in Israel where they make that giant.
Yeah, the stupid mountain of climbing over each other.
yeah.
This is dumb.
And they do a lot of like distance scenes to show it. And you're like, CGI, whatever.
Yeah. I'm not impressed.
AI did it. Cool.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So let's get into our predictions.
Ooh, okay.
I have my predictions because I played the video game. I know what's going to happen, apparently, because they're staying true to the video game. So I'm not going to share those with people. I don't want to spoil future episodes. But what do you think is going to happen now?
Okay, so I'm curious to see how Dina reacts to this and how that changes the relationship with her and Ellie. I think maybe for like story building and more tension building, I have a feeling that Ellie's gonna want revenge, and Dina's gonna try to pull her back in, like maybe, put the shackles on her revenge a little bit, and I think that's gonna create a lot of tension between those two.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy actually, I could see him joining forces with Ellie and maybe having a 2-pronged, super ragey revenge fest.
Yeah.
Which would be awesome. So I think those 2 things are very likely to happen. But there's going to be so much tension. Tommy and Ellie want revenge, no doubt about it. Tommy has this responsibility, So that's going to create a lot of tension with the people in his town, with his wife. She's very rational.
The wife?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They've been setting her up. I mean, she's very, very measured and calculated and seems that she's like a really good general manager of like a high-powered restaurant. She like knows where everyone stands, knows exactly how people feel at the time. This is where people need to be, like a really good, coach or something.
Yeah.
So she's great. That's going to create a lot of tension there. The Fireflies, I mean, she accomplished her mission, so she's going to be on the defense now. I guess they're not full-blown psychotic murderers, so they didn't kill Dina and Ellie, but they should have.
Should have. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, what's at that point?
You're like,
what's
who
the
are
difference?
these people? Yeah, we just like they could have done it nice, like put them to sleep, boom,
Yeah.
bullet through the head, golf club through the face, whatever.
Well, and the other guy she has in her group is like, he seems pretty like cold, like the guy that's like pendejo, like after like he sees Joe, like he's like he's a sack of potatoes. Like, I'm surprised he didn't suggest like, hey, let's just kill these people. What's the difference?
Yeah.
because he's super cold. That's how they portray him, and it's like they just let him live, dude. I don't know.
It's a tactical error. Yeah, it's in the real world, right? Like that just wouldn't happen. You'd
I
be
don't
like,
think
"Yo,
so. Yeah,
I don't want these people coming back and get me. We did some pretty heinous stuff here. These people got to go."
right.
Like maybe I'm a psychopath. Maybe you're a psychopath.
Well, we know. There's an argument though for that.
Yeah.
When it's the end of the world, can you really call it psycho stuff?
It's survival.
Yeah,
You kill everyone. It's survival.
you kill them all
Kill them all.
like you do in your books.
Yeah, kill them all. You can't leave them sitting back there. You don't want those people coming back.
Hell no.
Yeah, you got little Ellie coming after you in her poor shoes. It's too cold to be walking around in tennis shoes.
Way
in
too
that
cold
place.
for that.
She would have frostbite in like a day. in
Oh
that
yeah,
place. Yeah,
a day or less.
totally.
I mean, yeah,
Hours.
yeah, probably.
You don't wear cons into a freezing desert.
What are the pros and cons of wearing cons in the freezing desert? It's all cons, dude.
It's all cons. You probably walk into a store out in Wyoming. There's just piles of boxes of cons sitting there, like that's worthless.
You kidding me?
Just canvas shoes. What am I gonna do with canvas shoes? Ridiculous. What did you think of the scene where was it Tommy's wife took Ellie and made her confront the dude from from the barn dance or whatever,
Yeah,
from the hoedown?
yeah. That was an awkward scene. They did a good
Yeah,
job
that
of
was
that.
awkward. Yeah.
Because Ellie just dead-eyed. And I think she expected Ellie to be like, all right, I get it, man. It's cool. And as he apologized and did all that, he even made him like some special sandwiches. Ellie's just like, great. Thanks. I don't even think she said thanks. She's just like, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. And just stared at him like, you're still a piece of shit.
Yeah. Did you buy that guy's apology?
I mean, he's a scumbag for what he said. So he holds that opinion in there probably. But I do know, when people get hammered and it's the end of the world, we've only seen him do it once. So I'm like, I mean, maybe I buy it. He's kind of forced to apologize. So at this point, the guy sucks, but maybe he'll never do it again.
Maybe.
There's a
I don't
maybe.
know.
He
I
still
feel weird
sucks,
about
but-
it. I'm just like, oh, that was in you. I don't,
Yeah.
usually when you get drunk, it's like it's your inhibitions taken away and
Sure.
the real stuff comes out, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
He
just
wasn't
like,
jolly.
that guy is a garbage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't accept his apology either. I'm like, I'm not doing this. Get out of here. I at least showed a little more restraint than I would expect, to be honest.
Actually, yeah. I'm surprised she didn't say, at least in the beginning, say something like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's likely the guy, he harbors that kind of resentment for.
And apparently you got to keep him around because he knows how to make sandwiches. Get out of here. He's just an old guy that makes sandwiches. Get out of here. Put him on the line.
Wait, was he one of the guys that ran away did we look at their faces?
I couldn't. It was so fast. I didn't look and see if I recognized any of the people. Wouldn't be surprised.
Right? Could have been the sandwich guy that ran.
He's a fearful coward.
Yeah.
So
What is it about sandwich guys? Jared from Subway, full blown scum.
Jared never made a sandwich. He ate the sandwich.
Oh, that's right. You don't think he ever made himself a sandwich?
No. He got rich off them Subway dollars. Never had to make a sandwich again.
Yeah.
Now he's getting different types of sandwiches and
he's getting some.
Hey-o. It's not vegan, I'll tell you that much.
Hell no.
Yeah.
He's getting a real BMT. I don't know what that means, but
Big meat trio, brother.
oh yeah. That's why I nailed it. God damn. Oh, Jared.
Ugh,
What a piece of shit.
what a scum. Another scum.
Yeah.
Do you have other sandwich guys you hate?
I'm
You
trying
just
to
said it
think.
like you're
this
like-
whole time I was
you're
trying
like,
to
man.
think.
I really hate sandwich guys.
I fucking hate him, man. Who's another sandwich guy?
It's another sandwich.
I
guy.
bet
Jimmy John. You think Jimmy John's legit?
he's probably a cool dude. I don't know.
You think Jimmy John's cool? I don't know.
Oh man, sandwich guys, dude.
Anyways, well, is there anything else you want to say about Ep 2?
Ep 2, Ep 2. It was epic, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
God, that was good stuff. Just the whole time. And it had both. You don't usually get both. The tearjerker episodes usually drag. This one,
It had everything you wanted. It had action, it had
Mhm.
character development, it had plot developments, and it had
yeah.
emotion. Because like you're basically a robot if you don't feel that look between Joel and Ellie when he's just like he's trying to get up, right? But he can't do it. He's so broken. It's got everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a 10 out of 10 for me as far as
Whoa.
TV episodes go.
What?
10 out of 10. You're not going to get a better one this whole
Whoa.
season, I don't think.
Whoa.
Like this is the highlight. That's not going to get any better than this. That's my prediction.
Dude. 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to have to give it another 10. That's 2 10s out of 2 10s.
Dang. It's perfect.
It is.
It's a perfect episode. You can't beat perfection. So it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, it really
It
is.
really is. I'm gonna watch it. We'll do another one of these and we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
I was just trying to think of sandwich guys. Sorry, I spaced out again.
I'm trying to think of sandwich guys. My whole day is ruined. I'm thinking of sandwiches. Now I got to have a sandwich.
I kind of do too. It sounds good.
I need a sandwich.
Let's get one.
All right, let's get out of here and get a sandwich.
Hell yeah.
Follow me to the sunny streets, open your ears and brains. A recipe of fresh and bloody treats, right here's where you jump the trains. The buck stops here, so grab a beer, throw your sensibilities away. We ain't walking, we're talking to the north, east, west, and south. This podcast is fast like the dead we will last. We're running on rotten mouths. We're talking to the north, east, west, and south. This one cast is fast like the dead we will last. We're running on rotten mouths.